So at a $300 price point, there's no game included in the SKU. So, we look at every launch uniquely as to what's the right thing to do for that launch. With the range of software that's coming, not only available day one, but through April into the summer, concluding in the holiday time frame with Super Mario Odyssey, that we wanted to introduction of Nintendo Account, we now have the capability to tie consumers' purchases to their particular account. So that opens up a range of executions for us to address that consumer desire and that consumer need. So we hear it, we're working on it, more information to come. The smartphone app that we're creating that will be part of our online service, we believe is going to be a very compelling part of the overall proposition, because that's how you'll voice chat, that's how you'll do your matchmaking and create your lobby. We also think it's a very elegant solution, because if you've taken your Switch on the go, you've put yourself in a hotspot and you're looking to get a quick match of Mario Kart in, to whip out some sort of bulky gamer headset is a bit of a challenge. So we think we've got an elegant solution. That's a very specific answer to your question. I'm taught not to get into the hypothetical, because fundamentally anything is possible. That's done through a wireless network, so we certainly have a lot of experience with it. The ability to do that with the Nintendo Switch, we haven't commented publicly on, and I'm not going to do it here. But certainly, again, we understand the desire for something like this, and it's something we have historical experience with. My personal experience is that the game loads faster on Nintendo Switch, that the movement through this brand, this grand space is more fluid on Nintendo Switch.
In terms of like frame rate?
It's more than just frame rate. I mean, literally, it's the way you move through that environment, and just how the environments just are fluid versus, we use a frame called pop-ins, right? I don't see that when I experience it on Nintendo Switch. And so I am not an engineer. I can't speak to technically, what are the foundations of the Wii U execution versus the Nintendo Switch execution. What I can say is I played them both. They're a great game. I'll buy it on Nintendo Switch. We have been criticized for our online experience, and I'm being gentle. And what it's done is challenge us to really think about what it is that we want to create. What do we think is best for the consumer? And then also think through the economics of then how do we do this? Servers aren't free. What's necessary to execute our vision isn't free. So it was those 2 points, right? What is it that we want to create that we think is going to be meaningful for the consumer? How do we do it in a financially appropriate way? Those two came together as a subscription service. And more information is to come in terms of the full range of benefits that the consumer is going to get. And also we'll disclose the price at a future date. What I can tell you is that the Nintendo mentality of making our products approachable and mass market ready and affordable is going to carry through as we look at the execution for our online service. We've thought deeply around why the Wii U wasn't as successful as we wanted it to be. And at its heart, I would say there were 2 issues that we looked to solve for Nintendo Switch. The first was the clarity of the consumer proposition. Nintendo Switch is a home console you can play anywhere with anyone. Clear, compelling. The second piece of learning with Wii U was having a regular cadence of critical launches to drive the install base and to keep the consumer base engaged. Wii U will go down as having fantastic content. The issue was, as you look at the reality of exactly when the games were launched, there were large gaps in between. With the lineup of Nintendo Switch, with the games that are coming out, call it within the first 30 days of launch, 45 days of launch, with Zelda, masterpiece, 1-2 Switch, brand new concept, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the definitive version of that game. That's compelling. What comes next? Well, what comes next is ARMS and Splatoon. What comes next after that? Well, then we're getting into the timing for Super Mario Odyssey and third-party content. There's a robust, steady cadence of content. That was critical for us to achieve. So earlier today I got asked about Mother 3. Maybe you're going to ask me about Metroid. I'm a huge Metroid fan. Look, again, I am proud as an executive with Nintendo to say that we look at all of the boards and all the comments, and we really have a good understanding of what our consumers want. And believe me, we take that to heart as we work to create content. So I have nothing to announce here, but we are aware that there are some key IP that consumers just can't wait for the next true installment in that franchise's legacy. And suffice it to say, we're aware of it, and talk to me in a year and let's look back and see what's happened.